Alright, the next step in stringing the tension racket, after you got it mounted, you got your mains done, you got to start your crosses. There are different ways to start your crosses. And I'll see if I can remember and demonstrate a few of them. The way I teach people, I do not do this, but the way I teach people, just because I have found it is easier when somebody is a beginner to follow one little piece of string, one grommet at a time. Once you start coming down here, saying, well, you got to go to the second one down here, and you got to come this way, and you got to pull it, and you got to pull. Yeah, it confuses them. I don't know why, but it confuses them. So the way I teach people, and when I start my crosses, again, do your research, figure out how you want to do this. When I start my crosses, racket handle away from me, rackets like this. When I teach people, I go top cross, push it in. This racket skips one grommet, okay, one grommet hole, or one space. So I'm going to start under on this racket. And then we will just weave them across. Like that. Make sure you have enough for your tension head. And I will use a clamp. If you want, you can use a starting knot. A starting knot is fine. If you want to use a starting knot, you do the same thing. You just come in here and you would tie your starting knot off. I don't like starting knots. I don't think they look very good. And I don't know, I just don't like them. They damage your grommets. Okay, from here, some people will go ahead and pull tension on that string and clamp it. Okay? If that's what you want to do, that's fine. It's your technique. That's what you do. And then you'd come over here and you'd start the next one. And the reason I was started that one under is so that every string from now on I will start under. And it will finish over. Hope you can see that. Finishes over. So this one, you'll pull all the way through. We're not going to go very far because I'm going to pull this back out. Then you'll do the next one so that you're stringing one ahead. Because it is easier to weave your crosses when you're doing them one ahead. So then you would pull tension on this one. Come up, use the clamp. Then you can just repeat that process till you get to the bottom. Well, you repeat that process. I repeat that process till I have pulled tension on this third one. I'll get my next two here. We'll just demonstrate. We'll go in here. And hurry. And you'll notice when I pull this out, I don't pull it all the way through. I just leave it to here. That way I can grab that easy. Tension, pull up here, hold. That way you keep your string straight. You don't want smiley faces. Okay, now I've got the third one, tension. These I would weave in. Like that, and then we would go ahead and tie the knot. The reason I would tie the knot here, we'd pull tension, not tension. We'd pull it, use a clamp, then I'd be able to go in here and tie my knot. The reason I do that is I want my clamp on here for as short a period of time as possible. If you want, we've demonstrated in the past, you can use a little wood block. That'll help protect the frame a little bit. Or leather, those little leather block, you can get those from parnellpad.com. You can use a wood block. You can stick that in there, that way it doesn't damage your string, your clamp won't. Because you want as good a string as possible going into your knot, that way it's as strong as possible. Because any damage, any weakness in anything, a little mishit up here will snap it. Let me look in my closet. If you've got a thing of thread, you could probably use a thing of thread sticking on here. I don't know. I might be lying to you. I don't have a hole punched through it. I had a hole punch through it, you could probably do this. I don't know if it would hold though, that plastic might break, but you get a wood bobbin, you can use a wood bobbin. You can use PVC pipe, you can use whatever you want to, but the whole purpose of all these little gadgets is just protect your string and the leather to help protect the frame. Again, I don't do that because if you don't, as long as you do not put the string more than deeper than the eyelets of your grommet, and you don't leave it on there for more than just a few seconds, that's why I do the top 3, then you go ahead and take it off and grommet. That string is still in good enough shape, it's not going to break. Okay, miss it's not going to snap. If miss it's going to snap no matter where, but that's still good. Okay, so anyway, that's one way to do it. And let's see how fast I can pull this out so we can go on to the next one. Sorry. What I do when I actually string, I start in the second grommet. And again, since I have one that I skipped, instead of starting under like I did here, I would start over. The reason, you can probably figure out yourself, go all the way across. Dang it. Now this one starts under, so you're back right where you were. So this is starting under. So remember when we did it the other way, when we did the first one, that one was under, that one was under. So this one finished under, then this one will be under. And the purpose behind doing it that way is I don't have to pull as much string through. That's the whole purpose behind just doing that. So that's another way of starting your crosses. And again, watch some of the videos, I talked about it quite a bit. If you had 2 skips, and when I say 2 skips, it doesn't mean just 2 grommets. Say you skip 7 and 9. Or it could be 7, 9, and 10. But if you have 2 gaps up here, 2 spaces where there's a grommet, you would start this string over instead of under. And over here, you would start under instead of over, if that makes sense. So and again, that is always, so when I'm stringing, when I put the string in the grommet, the rest of the racket, when I put the string in the grommet, it will start under and it will finish over. And that's just my little way I string my rackets. Anyway, that is starting the crosses. And other than that, once you get to the bottom, all you got to do is finish your racket and tie it off. You should have a completed racket by then.